Welcome to Keeping It Real Talk Show. Your host, Tim Williams, and your co-host, LaGrace Williams. Now let's go into the show. Welcome back to Keeping It Real, second half of my life, my struggle. And the second half we have LaGrace, which is my co-host for Keeping It Real. And brought her on. We're just going to talk tonight. She want to share some things with us, and we're just going to keep it real tonight. So how you doing today, LaGrace?
I'm good. I was just over there with you.
I know. I knew you was over there with me.
No, we're just keeping it real.
We're just keeping it real.
I crossed over here.
Yeah, she just crossed over and got in the hot seat.
It's hot over here.
Yeah. So my life, my struggle, Maria told us some things about, her life, and LaGrace is going to tell us some things that, she has been going through, struggling with, because, I tell people all the time, don't say you ain't got no struggle, because we all struggle.
Struggle is real.
Yeah, you're going to have to fight to stay alive.
You gotta fight hard.
Because the devil will bring back your past and try to haunt you and try to stop you from getting to your future. He'll try that to, try to stop you and hold you captive. And, and I tell people all the time, LaGrace, is that it is your past that makes your future.
Right.
Because if you ain't never been through nothing, how can you tell somebody else God is a deliverer? You know what I'm saying? How can you have a testimony? You know what I mean?
Right.
So tell us a little something about yourself.
Where would you like me to start?
Wherever you want to start.
I was born August 27, 1984.
Well, where was that at?
I don't know. I think in Opp.
In the big city of Opp?
Big city. I was born here in Alabama.
Right.
My mom was married here, and she was married to a cop. I'm not going to expose his name out here. Yeah. And as a young girl, I witnessed her. She was married, and she was abused through him. So I witnessed this at a young age. I'm just jump on in there. And this is something I saw as a 5- and 6-year-old. My mom getting beat and accepting it because she didn't stay. She stayed. So, long story short, she met someone else, and he swept her away. And so we moved away from here. Well, the thing that I've always dealt with was the fact that was never talked about. Right. We never talked about this. Uh-huh. You went from one to another, and thank Lord I've been able to forgive her now. But as a young woman, I dealt with that, so I can relate to you. I was mad.
Right.
So you left my dad. He wasn't my biological father. Uh-huh. My biological father wasn't in my life, but he was my dad that I knew. Right. So you left him, now someone else, and now you're taking me away from what I know is my life. I got a problem with that. Right. So I was a young girl. Everything I know was here in Alabama, my family, my friends, and now I'm moving 6 hours away to an unknown place. I mean, that's just, so I grew bitter. Right. I hated my mom, and I'm just going to be honest. I didn't care too much for our relationship. It was dead end. We weren't connected. We didn't do things together. She bought me stuff. Right. I took it. I grew up with a silver spoon. I did, because that was supposed to kind of take over for the things that wasn't there. Like my dad, he'd send the money, and, I can get whatever I want, but there was still a void. There was still a void that new shoes and new jeans and whatever was coming out couldn't fill. You need that, So long story short, my stepdad stepped in, though. And when he stepped in, he really did, and he became my dad. I love him so much. And to think that, I'm sorry. That is my dad. He has been there through everything. And this is the guy that my mom left to move with. And I love him so much. He became my dad. Right. And when the Lord saved him, he just, he changed. And I thank God for him coming into my mom's life. So he taught me what love is supposed to be like, and even though I went on my own and did my own thing, right. My mom was strict. I don't know about your mama, but
my mom was like, go ahead,
girl, I had to sneak and do stuff. And it was just like, Mama, because she would come and show out Maria. Yeah. She would, show up. And you can't go because your mama going to show up, So when I graduated, you should have seen me running across that stage. I was like, I'm going to the club tonight. I'm going to drink. Whatever they let me do, I'm going to do. So,
Right.
that's where my life struggles began. I wanted the world too fast.
Right.
It came too fast.
So
And
pretty much you were like the prodigal son, huh?
right, I went on out there. I needed it,
You got it,
So we
yeah.
was in the club, graduation night, and I was at the club from there on, from Wednesday to Sunday. But I was a college girl now, so I went to school, and then Mama still wanted to be strict, so I came back to Alabama. And when I came back to Alabama, I was basically grown, and I got pregnant.
Right.
So I left home and got pregnant with my wonderful boy. Thank God for him now. so, but I got pregnant at 19, so my life stopped. I came down here to go to
I got
school.
pregnant at 19 too.
Girl, wait.
Wow.
I told this is
So
my
similar.
vanilla sister. This is my vanilla sister from another mother. But I got pregnant and my life just stopped. His dad met me being a size 7'8", and he left to go to basic training. And when he came back, I was like 200 and something pounds. He didn't want me. So I ended up struggling with my son
So
and
hold
raising
on,
him.
you was too big then, right?
I was thick,
You was thick. Oh my lord.
swollen ankles,
Yeah,
everything
he
you
is
can.
swole, right?
It's still swollen.
And
But-
let me say this though. At that time though, that opened up a whole avenue for insecurities.
Yep, I was
Right.
You
messed
began to
up.
struggle with
I was,
insecurities.
I
Yeah.
was, I was
Yeah.
huge, and that just my self-esteem, self-worth just up because I didn't realize what I was young. What did I do wrong?
Right.
We did this together. We had us a good bottle of ENJ, and my son's here. Lord, I
So
hope
we
that he
took
don't
some
understand.
NJ,
Uh-oh.
took NJ.
We're gonna edit that cause he's over there.
Yeah.
You did not come from ENJ.
I know.
No, he did not.
Okay, go.
Love.
I didn't say that.
Love. That's what we
Love.
thought anyway. But anyway, that was that, and I went through some struggles with him. There were times I didn't know where the milk was coming from. I didn't know where the food was coming from. My cousin told me how to get on assistance and get EBT
Right.
and get WIC and get everything that I needed. And she taught me how to, get a trailer, and I stayed in a trailer park, and I was paying like $13. They gave you a check to pay for your light bill.
Right.
So my light bill check would go to my son, and I just worried about how I was going to pay the light bill later. But it allowed me, and I just got to a place where I was tired, and I said, Mom, I'm coming home. Went home, and I took 2 bags. Well, somebody thought that I left Alabama and told the landlord. Y'all probably guess who he is. Not y'all. Not y'all. Not y'all. So told him, and my stuff was thrown outside. I struggled to get my baby stuff, and everything was on the ground. We had 2 suitcases in Kentucky. I said, you know what, I'm not going back. So I stayed up there, got myself together, met my daughter's dad, and he gave me the world. Everything, bam. Y'all can't keep shacking. I'm just kind of skipping through scheming, but, but skimming through. But ended up, long story short, met him, got with him, didn't know he was married. Found that out. So here I am pregnant by a married man. I'm going to let her go. Y'all know how the story goes. I'm going to let her go. No. So for 2 or 3 years, he was still married. So I was an adulteress.
Right.
So, hey,
Yeah,
call
keep
it.
going with
I'm
it.
keeping it real. I was
Right.
I was messing with somebody's husband and had a baby. This is real. Somebody's doing that right
Oh,
now.
yeah,
And you
somebody-
need
yeah,
to
that's
know
right,
that this is the end result right here. You don't have to
Right.
remain like that. So I was with somebody's husband and living in the house with him. I was not only an adulteress, I was shacking.
Right.
So I have a story. So yeah. So we had our baby. We finally got married. Now the first time we did it, it overlapped his last marriage. And I should have known then the Lord was sending me a sign. But see, I didn't know God. So the second time we did it. And he was in the military, so he was constantly going to war, which left me as a single parent. And you guys know that when you go to war, you come back with different forms of mental illnesses.
Right.
PTSD was his. You come back, they let you sign a paper. You sign that paper. If you kill her, she dead. Ain't nothing we gonna do to her. So he let me know, if I want to kill you,
He can do it.
I'm
Hey.
gonna kill you.
and I had to suffer through that, and he couldn't keep his hands to himself.
Right.
It became abusive, and every time he'd hit me, I'd get something new. Well, that became my norm.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? The last time he went to Afghanistan, I said, hey, you didn't hit me too much. I'm done. You
Right.
can have your house. You can have your cars. I packed up what I could in my car, and I came on back to Alabama, and I've been here ever since.
Right.
I left my life of being a wife, having money when I needed it to waking up one day with 43 cents in my account. I had 2 kids to take care of and didn't know what I was going to do. So drugs was an option. I was able to sell them. I was taught how to sell them, and I did my thing undercover. I had the dope man buy them for me. So the dope man was coming to me, and he was like, Lord, I sure hate to buy this, get this, so I can get some stuff that I got to get. If you want it, or somebody else going to get it. See, people don't know that about you. They just look at you and say, oh, my God, like you found the Lord. Hallelujah. No, I used to sell. I did my thing, and I'm not ashamed to tell it because I don't look like what I've been through. So I did what I had to do. I got a job at Wayne Farms, was out there for 3 years. Just whatever out there. It was just, I didn't care. I was lost. Until one day I got so drunk. I had drank from here to Enterprise, like a big bottle. And I was dating a guy at the time, still married. I was married, so I didn't care because he was gone. You know, this is how we do. Women stop caring. They forget. You know,
because of the hurt.
I didn't care. I was married, but we weren't together. He was over there. I was here. So I was dating like I wasn't married, and the guy was abusive. So I went from one extreme to another. But that was my norm because, see, I was accepting it before. And to come to it was like, he loved me. If he hit me, he loved me. So, you know, I have a big gash on my arm right now from that. And that night that the last time he put his hands on me, he was about to kill me. I left my job because he said he was going to take my truck and wreck it. And when I got there, he began to beat me. And just, I remember being on the ground. And I said, Lord, if you take me now, I'm yours. If you allow me to live, I'm yours. He could have killed, he was stumping me in my head, but God. But God. He said, no, not her, not today, not today. And I've been saved ever since. And the night before, 2 nights before that Friday, no, that was that Saturday. That was that Monday. That Saturday, I had my last drink. 3 years today. Well, like 2 weeks ago. I haven't drank or I haven't been out in the world. I've been saved for 3 years. And that's just to let somebody, I summed that up just to say, you know, it don't matter what you're doing, where you come from. He'll take you. And he'll love you, you know, and you can't just come at me sideways now. I don't accept just any kind of man. You can call me bougie, you can call me stuck up, but I will never be, you know. So, I just, you know, you can't put your hands on me.
That's right.
You know, and I know whose I am now. And I found myself. You can't go be and love somebody else until you love yourself. I had to love grace first. And so love and grace allowed me to love someone else. And so that allows me not to just say, I'll accept you because you look good, or I'll accept you. No. So that's just that's a little bit of my story and where I'm at now. And I just took all that and turned it around and said, you know what, I want a better life for my kids. Just because I'm a single mom doesn't mean I can't. So I took that and made it, and I built a brand off of it. I have my own boutique now, and I use my savings and my income tax to start my business. I said I refuse to owe anybody. I refuse to have a loan, and the Lord is not done with me yet. You know, it's a struggle every day. You know, but I will make it for my kids. We've been through too much, and we endured too much for me to fail right now. So I just thank God for the opportunity. And even this opportunity, you know, somebody's going to hear us. Somebody's going to hear chocolate and vanilla, baby. And they're going to say, you know, they look like me. They sound like me. Oh, we're tatted up. She has a tattoo. Couple of them. Hey, you know, we look like you. I got them all on my back, you know. But that doesn't mean that I have to reveal them, you know, and I'm kind of going off on that because I feel like there's someone out there where, y'all don't understand, I got tattoos all over my arm and I can't be saved. I mean, there's stuff all over me, but that don't mean classy is the new sexy. You don't have to show it all.
That's right.
You know,
they say modest is hottest.
And it is. So you're not going to see it. You're gonna always, and I've always been told, you know, you're just stuck up. I'm not stuck up. You just can't get this. That's just what it is. You better come correct and find you a Bible.
Settle just for less.
No, you better get you a Bible and some blessed oil. Then you come talk to me.
And you know, we want to let the women know that, you know, you don't have to be a punching bag. You don't have to stay in an abusive relationship, you know, just because he's doing this or he's doing that for you. You know what I'm saying? And I've dealt with this even in the church. There will be women come to me and they would ask me, Pastor, should I stay in this situation? And I'll tell him, run for your life, because
Run.
you don't need no man. If he's going to beat on you,
Yeah.
you don't need him. If he's going to abuse you, pop you upside the head.
But when you're
you know what
in
I'm
it, it's different.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
you're
yeah.
in it.
It's a struggle. Yeah.
That's
Right.
I'm talking to that girl that's in it right now.
Right.
And it feels good because you know he gonna make up to you at the end of the night. Girl,
Oh,
he
yeah.
probably gonna come with. I used to get cars.
Right.
So if you're just getting chicken plates, please run. I got
Yeah.
cars. I got.
It ain't love.
Yeah, that
That's
ain't
not
love.
love.
But it becomes your norm.
Right.
Because he'll make it. I will never do that again.
It's a cycle.
Yeah.
It is insane.
It's a
And you know
cycle.
what I found out? As growing up, you know, I can talk about this. I said it before in front of my mom. You know, we used to see our mom go through an abusive relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
And I would always say that, you know, Lord, you know, when I grow up, be a man, I'm going to be a husband to my wife.
Mhm.
I'm not going to beat her, you know, just
Right.
to demonstrate I love her. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Because love don't hurt nobody.
No,
You know?
it don't
And,
hurt.
you know, and we're telling those young girls out there today, you don't have to settle for that.
You
know?
don't.
I used to see, man, it got so rough, Lil Gracie, to a point that where I saw my stepfather would beat my mom. I mean, he would pretty much beat my mom in the room in there. And it got so bad, I told you all that as growing up, you know, without my father, a single parent home, like Maria was saying,
Yeah.
you know, I reverted to, you know, shooting. I went to, pretty much I didn't join the gangs,
Yeah.
but I was my own gang, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And people would ride with me because, you know, I didn't play.
Yeah.
And so they did not know that there was hurt down on the inside.
Right, you had a
You know what I'm
revenge.
saying? Yeah, because my father wasn't there, because it bothered me.
Right.
You know, because growing up in a single parent home, my father wasn't there. You know, I kept trying to wonder and figure out, Lord, why is he not here? You know, doing this. All my friends now, their father would be there supporting them in sports, because I played basketball,
Right.
football. I didn't have nobody there. You know what I'm saying? And so that hatred began to grow up in me. You know what I'm saying? And so what I did, I was working for a guy. And, you know, and one night we went out to a little town called Dothan and was doing some work, and we took guns. He would have guns, so for protection while we were working. But make a long story short, I stole the gun. I took the gun, I stole it, I took it with me, took it back home, and all my friends around here, they knew how to erase the serial number on there.
Yeah.
And so I erased the serial number and said, well, they can't
I
trace
just
this
don't
gun.
see
I-
Thug in you.
I
I'm
was-
just
yeah.
tripping right now. He
You're
don't look like what
wow,
he
you
been
know?
through, cause
And yeah. God
Yeah.
is good, you know.
He is
he
good.
cleaned you
Yeah.
up, cause you don't
Oh,
look like
man.
a thug.
He kept my mind, you know. Like we were talking about, it was a struggle within.
Struggle.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's it.
And I was struggling. I mean, even when the Lord saved me, I was still dealing with hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Still dealing with the hurt what my father did, you know.
Right.
And I'll never forget this. When I first got married, me and my wife got married, y'all. And it was our first year of marriage. I got a phone call. My dad was on Skid Row down in South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina. And I told my mom, I said, you know what? I said, we're going to get my dad. The owner of the car dealership told me, hey, look at here, Tim. I'll give you transportation to get there and back. He said, I'll fill it up so you can go get your dad. And we went and got my dad. Boy, I feel the presence of the Lord even now. You know what I'm saying?
He finna
And
take
as
up
we
an
was-
offering.
Yeah. And as we was riding, you know what I'm saying? As we was
Yeah.
riding, you know, me and my wife was talking, and your little cousin Brian was with us.
Oh, God.
And, you know, and we were just riding, you know, just riding down to South Carolina, Columbia. And when we got there, we was just talking about what we're going to do, you know what I'm saying? And when we got to where my father was, I asked my father this question. I said, Dad, what do you want to do? I said, do you want to stay here and die? You know what I'm saying? Or go back to Alabama and live. But now notice this now. I did not hold the past against them. You know what I'm saying?
good.
And somebody right now is dealing with past hurts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're
They
dealing
are.
with their past. They are, because every time they see that individual, it comes back up. You know
That's
I'm
what
saying?
they're doing. I feel
Oh,
like that's
man.
why a lot of stuff goes
Uh-huh.
on out here.
Right.
It's retaliation from where you're hurt, you
Right.
know,
It's
and
that victim mentality.
Yeah.
That's right.
You're
That's
a
right.
victim of
Uh-huh.
something.
Right.
You know?
Wow.
and you see it. Like
Uh-huh.
I hate to say that my mom just did that because I don't know her story. We never
Right.
even really
Right.
talked about it. I
That's
don't
right.
know her story. Even when it's brought up, she's still sensitive.
Right.
So I kind of just don't touch that.
That's right.
But
That's right.
it was something I saw. So is it okay for me to get it done since you did that? You know.
Right.
And these are things that you know you don't know until it happens to you.
Right. That's
But
right.
you can come out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
You
right.
can
That's
stand
right.
up again, and you can say,
Right.
"Okay, that was me, but look at me now." So
Right.
you know, hey, no offerings, no offerings,
Yeah,
no
no
offerings.
offering, no offering. But through all of that,
Right.
I was able to get my father home. He says, okay, he says, I ain't got nothing to lose. You know, he was high in. He was drunk. Yeah. He was strung out on what you call that stuff, moonshine and all that stuff. But anyway, and he said, well, I ain't got nothing to lose. And he came back to Alabama. And I'll never forget, he was in the home with me and my wife. And we sat down. I didn't have to say nothing about what he did. He began to cry like a little baby, just sitting there, just crying. And I told my dad, I said, Dad, I love you in spite of it all. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not looking at what you come from, what you did to Mama. I don't want to know none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I just want you to know I love you. So that healing can begin on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of folks fail to realize that if you keep holding that stuff in, you can't be healed.
They wonder why they got that show Snapped.
Right.
I had someone ask me, do you think that would really happen? Snap? He hit me, and he laying down asleep, knocked out. Do you not think I can snap?
Right.
I'm going
to... You're going to snap.
But see, they didn't give us a paper that said we PTSD. You know, I have it. So I was going to go to jail. So I had to snap back real quick. So there were times I almost snapped. And, you know, I recall myself standing over him one night. I was like, I'm going to kill you. You won't hit me no more. But then, you know, Lifetime wasn't airing the show at that time, and so I would have went to jail, and there would have been no. I could have made some. Girl, I could have had some money, but Lifetime, that wasn't known then. You know, I think it was Unsolved Mysteries or something. But you know, I stood over him. Literally, the devil was in me. And I said, I'm going to kill him. He will not hit me again. But then, you know, I don't know what happened. I know that God had his hand on me then. Because I said I can't. But there, it just keeps coming to me that there is somebody out there that's just like, I can't leave right now. I can't go. He loves me. Girl, he don't love you.
He don't love you.
I mean, he don't, because if he loves you, he don't have to touch you, not like that. He can love you in other ways. He can love you by holding you and letting you know how beautiful you are. And you still don't even need that for validation. When he come to you telling you beautiful, you might even respond and say, I know.
That's right.
You know, but I'm just being real. You know, you don't need validation in a man. So I mean, just to whomever, you know. So whatever.
I tell women, watch how that man treat his wife. I mean, watch how that man treat his mother.
You better watch.
Because you can tell if he's going to be a good husband or not.
That's very true.
You know what I'm saying? You got to pay attention to details.
Right.
You know, Gracie, look, Gracie, I need you to look in the camera. What can you tell some woman or some young lady? Or not all the time it's not the woman. I've heard of men's being abused by the wife. You know what I'm saying? I mean, getting beat by the woman, you know. I heard an incident a couple weeks ago. You know what I'm saying?
A dude
got beat by his old lady. You know what I'm saying? She was beating him, you know. What do I need to do? Yeah.
I need to tell him.
What do I need to do in
You want me to talk to that man or to the woman?
I need to talk to that woman and that man.
The man that got beat last week? Yeah. I'm going to tell him to run.
You know what?
I'm just kidding.
I did a show with a young man, and it's on YouTube. And he was talking about how he was talking to his fiancée, and she snapped and she began to beat him.
Oh.
And he asked me what to do in that situation.
Run.
I said, run.
Run. Run, Forrest.
He said because she been beating on him, But there's some young lady that's watching or some young man that is watching. What advice can you give them?
If you heard our stories tonight, then you know that there is life after what you're going through. And you might even feel like he loves you or she loves you and they're going to change and it's going to be different tomorrow. But if they don't know the Lord, and I'm not trying to get all churchy, but if they don't know the Lord, they're going to result back to the same thing. And you can get out of it. There is places that you can go and people that you can talk to. So just get out of it. If he loves you, he won't hit you, because love does not hurt. God is not a God of pain and chaos. So that ain't God. The Lord sent him to, no, he didn't. Right. Note to self, no, he did not. Right. You know, the devil did, but the devil can dress it up. Just like the Lord hears your prayers, so does the devil. So he can dress him up and make him look just like that ideal guy. So just pray about it. And if you don't know how to get out, Elder Williams will come get you. But no, really, just find that outlet, you know, and find somebody you can talk to. If you're here locally, find me. I mean, if you see this and you're like, Grace, I need to know how you did it, I can show you and tell you, because it ain't always been gravy for me. It has been times I didn't know what I was going to do. So just to be out of it, to be who I am today, I thank the Lord for that. But it was a time where I was trapped. Run. That's real. Run. Get out of it and go as fast as you can. Because if he hit you one time, he might kill you. So that's just my advice.
Hey, once again, hey, we appreciate you all for coming, sharing, your testimony. Man, my life,
I feel
my
light.
struggle.
You feel light, girl?
Yeah,
Can we
the
do
presence
that?
of the Lord is here right now.
We feel light over here. We about to shout.
Yeah.
We about to shout.
It's real talk. We
It's
we
real.
want to keep it real on every set that we do. We want to keep it real and let people know, hey, we're real. We can be touched. Real folks, real people rather. We have struggles too. We have issues. I tell people all the time, I said, listen, I got issues too. You know what I'm saying?
And
but
you
God
still got issues.
That's right.
And
I
still got issues.
Right. And God working on us. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They're working
But
on
we
it.
have to recognize that we have a problem, that we have issues, so God can heal us. And when we don't hide it, guess what God can do?
He'll take that thing.
He'll take it and he can
He'll
manifest
take
his
it.
glory.
But he wants you to come to him naked and
That's
let you know.
That's right.
As Lord, I'm toe up.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, my attitude is bad today, and she better not look at me crazy.
Right.
That's just,
being
that's real.
That's right.
I'm dealing with this. I'm
Right.
tired of being a single mom. I
Uh-huh.
desire a husband. These are
Right.
the, but if you let him know, he'll give you the desires of
That's
your
right.
heart.
That's
So why
right.
not let
That's
him
right.
know? I'm
That's right.
lonely.
And God
You
gonna
know.
bless you with that husband.
He on the way.
God gonna do it. He gonna do it.
Amen.
Yes, Lord.
But
Yes,
yes.
Lord. So we just want to tell you all thank you.
Yes.
And thank everyone for, tuning in to Keeping It Real. And, once again, I pray that something was said to, to bless you and to uplift you. We're just keeping it real. We're just doing what we love to do. Once again, thank you for tuning in to Keeping It Real. We'll see you next week at the same time. Be blessed.
Be blessed.
Oh, hey, oh, hey.